Good evening to one and all. Let us continue the session 2 on Introduction to C Programming. The basic structure of C programming we have discussed in the previous class. In continuation of this, let us discuss the C programming concepts and other important topics. So C is an imperative programming language. It is invented by Dennis Ritchie in 1972. So the main feature of C language includes the low-level memory access, simple set of keywords, and easy to understand, and it is portable. Easily you can write the C programming compared with the other language. It is user-friendly. Look at this basic structure of C programming. Any C programming contains the header section. The header section consists of #include stdio.h. It means that it includes the header file of standard input-output files, because the standard input-output files contains the printf and scanf, like that, so many functions available in that standard input-output files header file. And another section is main section. It contains the main is a function. A C programming must contain minimum one function that is called as the main. Without main function, you cannot write a C program. The next part is variable declaration. You can declare a variable like this: integer a is equal to 10. The variable value a is assigned as value 10. The data type is integer, and the body of the program is nothing but printf %d, comma a. Then return part. It returns, any function should return a value. The main function has to return usually some value. It is an integer data type, right? So it has to return 0. Here you can send some arguments also if you want. We can pass the parameters, that is arguments, in the main also. We'll see later one by one. So the basic structure of C programming is defined with the documentation section, preprocessor section. Preprocessor is nothing but macros. Before the compiler compiles, it does this part. Definition sections, there is declarations, all these things. Global declarations, main function, user defined function. There are two kind of functions out there. One is user defined function, another one is predefined functions. For example, string length and string compare, already it is available in the header file. Directly we can calculate the length of the string, as well as we can concat the strings using stringcat and string length functions. These are all called predefined functions. In the same way, you can define the function using our own methods, our own ideas, but we can name. It throws error, so we can call it with some other name. The same functionality we can achieve with the help of our own codings. It is called as user-defined function. If we keep those user-defined functions in the header files, we can call those functions also in the program. The documentation section. The documentation section consists of a set of comment lines giving the name of the program, details of the author, and other details which the compiler ignores. So it is nothing but a comment line. Documentation section. It is only for the documentation purpose. So the compiler will not compile. Preprocessor section. The preprocessor directives like macros or lines of code that begins with the hash symbol. This is a symbol for preprocessor, and are processed before the source code is compiled. Before the code is being compiled, this has been done. The C preprocessor is not a part of compiler. In C programming, preprocessor is the first step of the compilation of the C code. It occurs before the tokenization. So in C programming, the C code, each and every segment, you can call it as tokens. So before tokenization, this has been done. One of the important functions of a preprocessor is to include the header files. This is very important. Unless you include the header files, how does the C program understand what is scanf and what is printf? Both are functions, predefined functions, which are available in the header files that has to be included, right? So before the code is being compiled, this header files has to be included in the program by using preprocessor. Hash include stdio.h. What does it mean? It means that the standard input output header files will be included into the program. This has been done before the code is being compiled. Define, substitute the preprocessor macros. Has include inserts the particular header file from another file. Has undefines a preprocessor macro. Has ifdef returns true if the macro is defined. Has if ndef returns true if the macro is not defined. Hash if test if the compile time condition is true. As else, the alternative of hash if. As elif, as else and as if is one statement. As end if, ends preprocessed conditions. This hash defined directive tells the compiler to replace the instances of max underscore array underscore length with the 20. Look at this, hash define max array length 20. So here, this max array length is replaced by the value of 20. Right? This is very important. So during the pre-processing time, before the compilation, this has been done. So the following directives tells the compiler to get the standard input output header files from the system libraries and add to the text to the current source file. The next line tells the compiler to get myheader.h from the local directory and add it to the content to the current source file. Hash include standard input output header file. Hash include myheader.h. Myheader.h is nothing but a header file that also included like standard input output header files. Now take a look of the following hash define and hash actives. File size defines it is a 42. So hash undef file size, hash define file size. If it is not defined, the define it as a 42. The following diagram tells the compiler to define the message only if message is not already defined. If ndef message as defined message is you wish ndef. So in this way also we can initialize. So predefined macros are there, so which we can use directly in our programs like this. Underscore date underscore time underscore file underscore line underscore std c underscore. So each one it has its own functionality. So if you use in your program directly, it gives the values. This is the program. This is the output of this. It's self-explanatory. You can go through it. So the macro continuation can be achieved with the help of slash operator in C. The macro is normally confined to a single line usually. So if you want to continue to the next line, this can be used slash. The macro continuation operator is used to continue the macro that is too long for a single line. So sometimes a big macro you wanted to introduced in a program that can be achieved with the help of the slash. Look at this simple program in which hash include standard input output header file has defined message underscore for a comma b. It's like a function. Again it continues slash printf hash a double quote and double quote hash b. We love you. Integer main open brace message for Ram comma Raju close the brace. Open brace, close brace. Right. So when you are executing this program, when you are compiling this program before the compilation being done, so the preprocessor macro part will be done. Has defined message for a comma b. So wherever the message for is there, a comma b, this will be replaced with printf hash a and hash b. We love you. So finally we are getting the Ramu and Raju will be passed here. This will be printed like Ramu and Raju, we love you. Very simple, self-explanatory one. The string is operator in C. String is operator in C. So look at this one. The string is operator has defined message for a comma b. If you are using Carol and Deborah, same like Ram and Raju, here also. Carol and Deborah, we love you. Token pasting operator in C, that is double hash. So the double hash is used for token pasting. If you want to know the tokens, hash include stdio.h has defined token paster in bracket n printf token hash n is equal to semicolon d token double hash n. Integer main integer token 34 is equal to 40 token paster 34 return 0. So if you pass this token paster as 34, so this token paster 34 will be replaced by the printf function. So it prints token, the hash n value is 34 is equal to token double hash n value will be 40 because already token 34 will be initialized by 40. So that will be 40 will be printed. The defined operator in C. The preprocessor defined operator is used in constant expression to determine if an identifier is identified using hash define. If the specified identifier is defined, the value is true, non-zero. If the symbol is not defined, the value is false, that is 0. So look at this here. Hash include standard input output header files. Has if defined message. Has defined if not defined message. Has defined message you wish. End if. Then main program integer main printf. Here is the message and the message returns 0. Macros in C are the names given to specified constant values or code statements which are replaced with their values code before the compiler processor. C macros are defined using hash defined preprocessor directive. We have seen already this. This is a predefined macros. So this is one of the important macros. Look at this. Has include standard input output header file. Has defined loop of x. This symbol slash used to represent continuation of this macros. So for I is equal to 1, I less than or equal to x, I plus plus, again slash. Printf iteration number percentage %d /n is new line character. The value of I is being printed. Again it's continued. Then it closes. So till here after that the macro is not continuing, because here it continues, here it continues, here it continues, here it stops. So the loop x will be replaced with this, right? So wherever this loop x comes, this x value, integer 3, the x value will be 3, will be carried out here, then this will be continued. Iteration number 1, iteration number 2, iteration number 3. So in the macro also we can write the program, loop. This is the point here. Take away. This already we have seen predefined macros. Look at this defining macros. Define pi value 3.4 has defined max values 10, printing the values. So this already here also if you pass the value of x as 5, this will be squared.